whether it be you or it's whoever. You're business people. I mean, if everybody pulled out of your insurance company, you think you'd be down there?
I think everyone here is venting on the wrong people, okay? The Sisu Ski Fest people, their job was to put on the Sisu Ski Race.
Well, that's what I'm
That
asking.
was their job,
Then tell
okay?
me who
Now,
heads it up? There has to
you know,
be a head.
Marquette used to block off their downtown for the dog sled
They
races.
still
Many
do.
downtowns around the country block off downtown.
Look at
for
Hayward.
various things.
Millions
Now,
of
Yeah,
people.
but Hayward
So-
hates it.
So hold on. So that was, they
Hayward
were
hates
going with that idea in their heads. I admit, I think it did not work for Ironwood. There are things that can be improved, definitely. But there were public hearings about blocking off the streets. I see very few people ever at city commission meetings.
When was that?
I see very few people at DIDA meetings. Now, when I was on the DIDA, when the race was first discussed, and it was my suggestion at that time that the DIDA needed to be kept updated on the Sisu Ski Fest so that the DIDA would know what needed to be done to promote the interests of the downtown to tie in with that race. Now, what that turned into, after I was no longer on the DIDA, was where should we put the banner? That was what was discussed at those meetings. I don't care where the banner goes. It was a number of how many people were signed up. DIDA has no concern with how many people are in the race. That's the race director's job. That's what she needs to worry about. The DIDA is the one that dropped the ball on this. I think the Chamber of Commerce dropped the ball. Forming a merchants association is a great idea, but you have groups already in place. It's not the race's fault. It's not the city commission's fault. There
Whose fault
needs
is
to
it then?
I disagree
part
with
of
you there.
it. You're new on the DIDA, so you weren't involved in any of
The
this.
commission should have
You're the final
should have put
decision.
something at least in the paper with a map of what was going to be closed.
That I agree.
And
Those are
another
tweaks
thing
that could be
is
done.
They should have put
Well, that's not a
Parking.
tweak, that's a major.
Should have put
That's
the
not a
parking
tweak.
lots. Said, okay, everybody that comes into town to ski should park here and the little blue bus will pick you up. Instead of jamming from the Memorial Building all the way down McLeod, every available parking space was taken up by the ski people. They parked there and they left
They jumped on a little blue bus and took off.
and there was no parking places nowhere.
But you know what else I'll
Nowhere.
say? How much business do all of you lose, little bit, throughout the entire winter because of the way the downtown is? No, what I'm saying is I don't see anybody at a monthly meeting of the DIDA or at a city commission meeting
Mr.
saying,
Frank, I'll tell you why. When you go into work at 3:30 in the morning, you can't be at that meeting at 8 o'clock or the city commission that's at 5 o'clock. When you're running a business all day long, it's impossible to get to those meetings. That's why I expect to be informed, whether it's by the newspaper or the radio.
but have you written a
It's
letter?
impossible to get there.
Well, I'm saying there are options here. There are things that are going wrong in Ironwood, and it's everybody's responsibility to be more involved. That's all I'm getting at. I think, yes, I understand business is less. Our block of the pool hall was blocked off. I had no idea that road was going to be blocked off, and I don't understand why it was still at 6 o'clock that night. But I also know that the snowbanks are allowed year-round, or winter-long, on those streets. I've heard many stories this winter of people going to a business downtown, not being able to park because of the snow and the snowbanks, and leaving and not patronizing that. So I really think that there's room here for more involvement at some of these meetings and to demand that the people who are already supposed to be looking out for the downtown do their job.
Snowbanks that were left on the sidewalk when they dumped in all those dump trucks full of snow. They left the snow on the sidewalk and then took the tax dollars and cleaned up the snow that they dumped on there and left the snow on the sidewalk.
Exactly. But that has nothing to do with the Sisu Ski Fest. That's a winter-long problem in downtown Ironwood.
No, I have to disagree with that.
They're getting better with it.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a
They're
guy,
getting a lot
you've got a
better
guy, I
than
mean, they
this.
clean those,
We can go.
we've
But
got
I also
somebody
know
cleaning
one place they're
constantly.
shuffling their roof off onto the sidewalk and it's just being allowed to sit there. There's no citations issued or anything.
No, that's not right. That's not right. But we,
And I think
I
a
mean,
lot of
from,
businesses are doing above and beyond what they need to be doing. They're taking care of adjacent businesses too because they realize it will affect them. But that's not really fair to their
Realize that there were mistakes made.
Okay, that's all fair and good, and I.
Well, as long as they know that there was a mistake made, it will be corrected.
You know what you're doing. You know what you're
So
doing.
it sounds to me
You
like.
sure? I mean, I haven't seen you for a long time.
One hand for that, one hand for that.
Okay. As long as you know.
Even if they didn't wrap the streets up, we had one customer on that Saturday,
Besides,
and he was trying to get to Harbor Imports to get a tire fixed. He says, how do I get there from you?
Well, let me say a few things. I think PICT0003.flv has one good idea. Well, you probably got a lot more, but the merchants should form a merchants association. And that's separate from the chamber. That's something that it's the merchants themselves have to do. And that's been talked, at one time, I think that Ironwood did have a merchants association. And then over the years it disbanded. Well, with, all the stuff that's going on now, with the different events that are downtown, and to try to promote Ironwood itself, because we have highway people here too, that they should form a merchants association. And that way you'd have a stronger voice than just each individual person going to somebody and complaining about something or not being informed. You'll have a single core voice. But that's up to the merchants themselves to form that. It's not up to the DDA to form it, it's not up to the City of Ironwood to form it, it's not up to the Chamber to form it. That's a separate entity, and it's structured however the merchants would like to have it structured. Paula did a good job already tonight of getting this group together and everything. So it shows that the groups can come together and form an organization like that. It's just someone needs to kind of spearhead it a little bit and get the ball rolling on that. From what I'm hearing from everybody too, as far as the SISU, nobody's against the SISU. Nobody is, everybody was more what their concern was they weren't informed and they weren't asked to participate in it, a lot of them. Okay, so that's.
And also, George, it was an economic disaster for your small
Right.
downtown businesses. It hurt us deeply. We also, Fridays and Saturdays is our big intake for us, and we rely on our local people. And let me tell you, when we have customers that had to walk 5 to 6 blocks to come and get their orders, it wasn't nice.
Right, I understand that. And the second part, the third part of it is the way the downtown, and this goes, I mean, we're just spinning a little, you came to the wrong meeting, but or the right meeting really. But, the SISU really brought the Ironwood Theater to light, and you stated that, they got a lot of money out of the deal. Hey, the Ironwood Theater is a non-profit organization. All the people that are in here are a profit organization.
We are?
They depend on their money.
Please call me when that happens. Hello.
But they depend on their revenue for their livelihood, to pay for their employees, to pay for their food, to put food on their table, to pay
Well,
for
it's
their
just
home.
not us too, it's
So
our
you
employees
cannot-
that we had to be
cannot-
sent home that last week.
Right,
like Peter said.
so,
But then again, look at it this way. This year wasn't what we expected, okay? Next year, there might be 5,000 people downtown like in Hayward, Wisconsin.
yeah, right.
Now, you got people flying around here going to Ben Franklin, going to Hicks, going there, going to Rigoni's for their pasties. So we got to broaden our horizon here, okay? It's not going to happen overnight to draw these kind of people downtown. And the thing here, everybody's tunnel vision. It didn't happen, stop it. No, give it some time. That's all I'm saying. Next year, get 1,000 people. I'd be happy to see 1,000 people downtown Ironwood. And it's going to build. That's how I look at it.